Big up, everybody. We're gonna do this. It's just a pub, and we're just gonna have like added so many invites. And if anybody wants to come on, whoever you are, as long as you're awesome, then you can jump on and we just have a chat. Big up, Stephanie. How you doing, babe? How you doing? Might have to watch Match of the Day again to make sure that happened today. Yeah, mate, that was crazy. You was awesome, though. You was awesome. I mean, first part of that game, it looked like Man City was just going to run all over it. But you was absolutely awesome. I've got to give you that. I've got to give you that. You was absolutely awesome. Awesome. Congrats on smashing 200 subscribers. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Means a hell of a lot. Really does mean a hell of a lot. Never expected any of this, to be honest. I expected, like, to kind of start YouTube and then people, like, the same way as it's always been in my life, where people are like, oh, you talk shit, and you know, I'm not interested in you, and all this. I totally never expected to have like 200 subscribers, but you know, I found something that I'm good at, so you know, and it's been fucking amazing, and I met so many amazing people, yourself included. You know, it's been awesome, absolutely awesome. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm loving every minute of it. Just sitting there and saying what I think. You know, it's just brilliant. That's just what I always wanted, to be honest. So, I'll be honest. I never expected in a million years that I could do this. Not in a million years that I would be able to do this. It just goes to show that when you actually try to do something, you know, don't sit back and think that you can't do something like I did. Yeah, just get on with it. Do it. Do it. If it don't work, it don't work. But just do it. And just be yourself. And just fucking consistently be yourself. If you consistently be yourself, then you can do anything. I mean, you can't swim in the ocean and go down right down to the bottom because then you'll die. So don't ever think you can do that and actually try it, because that would be kind of weird. But yeah, 4 likes. Euros watch alongs, please, buddy. Yeah, there's 100% going to be Euros watch alongs. 100%. I've invited a few people. I don't know whether they're going to come on, but you know, we'll kind of see where that goes. 6 likes. You know, that's what it's all about. If you're putting content out there and people are enjoying what they're watching and stuff like that, it's fucking amazing. You know what? You've been there with me from day one. So, like Mama Flossie, like Carl Rossi, and all that kind of stuff. And I have nothing but respect for you. You know, what I am actually gonna do is that Joker T-shirt? Yeah, it is one of like the originals Joker T-shirts. I love the Joker. I've always loved the Joker. Always. Big up Tony Neary. Evening all. How you doing? What I'm going to do is this. I don't think I'm going to get copyrighted for this. But I didn't realise that Fuzz was going at 10 o'clock. I know he said he was going to go after this, but I didn't realise he was going to go at 10 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is... Hold up. Give me a second. I'm going to put Hot Fuzz's show on here. Because I have the utmost respect for that guy. So I'm going to put his show on here.
Delivering on all fronts.
He did say he was going to.
It's a shame that the rest of the team's not really held their end of the bargain. Unfortunately, it's one of those
original
where we just
Batman
have to,
class series.
Yeah,
I don't like Batman,
well,
to be honest.
What if
other
parts of the team were better? What if other
think
players in this
are
team
awesome.
did better? Maybe that's a more successful partnership out the back.
Never liked Batman.
But as far as an individual goes for Varane, as much as he's not had the greatest fitness record, at the same time, the quality that he's delivered as an individual, he's been quite an important piece in the puzzle. I know it's a bit of a head scratcher puzzle sometimes with Man United. There's no disputing that, but
I've got him on here.
Raphael Varane, he's been a good player for us. He's been a good player, and he's been there, has taken part in of success as well over the last 2 years. So he deserves that credit. Now, where he goes in the summer, I don't know. Hopefully he goes to a club where he continues to be successful and win. I'm sure he'll do just that. I'm sure he's not finished. He's not finished yet. I mean, he's come from the Galacticos. He's come from Real Madrid. He's been brought up with just trophies being nothing more important than trophies. So, of course, he's going to go off to whichever club it is and continue to win what there is to win, whether it be Saudi Arabia or another club somewhere else in the world. Doesn't matter. That guy right there, that guy, he wants to win.
What the fuck?
He wants to win. And again,
what the fuck's going
another
on
personality. When you want to win, that's what you need.
I can't hear
that's what you need.
Can you hear Hot Fuzz?
The guy that knows how to win it, but wants to win it
as well.
More so than the previous time. And it never gets old for him. Big up Fuzzy, you're on my channel as well.
I can hear it.
I don't know.
I can't hear shit.
Are you live? Are you live at the moment?
7 likes, thank you.
Let's have a look.
And I can't.
Yes, he is. He is live at the
moment.
Why can
I not hear it?
Bloody hell! Watching myself here. Watching myself. Hi Yeti. Hello. Also, just realised your subscriber count as well. Big ups for getting over 200 subscribers, by the way.
That is fucking weird.
Big shout outs to you. Congratulations. Big well done to hitting that landmark. I know you don't like to keep track of your subscriber count. No, it's not a big deal to you, but
I can't hear anything.
It's still a big landmark achievement. So big ups to you. Well done. And yeah. Give yourself a wave. Hello.
Live legends.
Yeah, but big ups to Yeti, man. Big ups to Yeti. And also big ups to Anthony Herbert as well. Tomorrow night, Anthony, I would like to grab your thoughts and your feelings about
when you won
what the implications of Arsenal's lack of trophies and the way in which the Arsenal faithful defaulted to
I thought you
the FA
might
now beneath
fucking turn up and be able to do it.
There's a lot of copium in that in your fan base at the moment. I'm sure we'll find out.
He's over there saying big up to you on
divulge
200.
into the Sunday night takeaway show tomorrow,
this is weird,
8 p.m. By the way. Do be sure to come tune in for that one tomorrow night. Should be a very good show. I'm sure I'm going to keep the party vibes going.
If I couldn't hear me,
going to keep the chocolate milk flowing.
Weird, but
the party vibes going, the chocolate milk flowing, and going to keep talking trophy talk until top gooners, top reds, merchants get sick and tired and end up trying to block me because they
I'm
can't handle it. There's too much.
I'm confused.
They're talking about the
I
forbidden
don't
T
know
word
why
again.
the fuck I can't
Trophies.
hear
I said the word. Yeah, it is what it is. But you know what?
Absolutely.
It's the name of the game, you know. They get into football. They decide that they want to fall in love with football.
Guys, this is the pub. It's a free for all. So if you want to jump on,
why do their clubs compete? Why do they play?
Add me on Instagram.
Why do they play
LongHaired
the FA
Yeti.
Cups, Carabao Cups? Why are they involved?
Why are they involved
in those competitions?
If you're a decent person,
you know, because there's a chance for them to win it.
On stream.
Oh, simple as that. And if they don't win it, they failed in that competition. There's no other. There's no mixing up the words. There's no skewering the words.
To get on the stream,
if you fail to win it, you fail to win it.
Like I always
Simple as that. But
so if you want to jump on, jump on.
If you don't win it, you know, if you're in another competition, then
after
do your best to win
that.
Sometimes you won't win it because you haven't got the quality.
Drop him the stream as well.
You know,
so he can jump on.
You're pushing to see your club do better year in, year out. And you know, if you're a true supporter of your football club, you push them. You know, you give the damn. You go through the ranting. You do scream and shout at your TV screens, but you do it because you love them.
Seriously, fucking weirding me out.
You know, it's like the father that wants his kid to be successful,
Yeti,
and he's competitive and he's pushing.
How you doing, mate? I love that name, mate.
He's critical. It's not because he doesn't love him or he hates him. He loves him, and he wants what's best for him. So he keeps pushing and pushing and pushing until ultimately they
really appreciate.
They achieve the heights that they've had believed in them. So that's what it's all about. Big ups to Stephanie Griffith here. Big ups, champions.
I don't know what's going on here because I can't. Fucking, why can't
big ups to you, Stephanie. We made it.
This is fucking mental.
My clitoris.
I might have to put it on my phone.
My dearest clitoris. Thank you for subscribing.
Because Fuzz is,
I know it's a bait name, but I don't care. I will say the name exactly how it's intended to be pronounced there. So, big ups. Thank you for subscribing, Mike. Appreciate you jumping on the crew. Who's Pep? Who's Foden? What? Speaking of Foden, by the way, shout out to Papa Foden.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Why can't
He's going to be rubbing it in Phil's face non-stop now.
This is bizarre.
What's that, son? What's the score, son? What was the score? Oh, I didn't hear you. Was that Man United 2? Man City 1? Did we beat you?
That's a great name. It is,
absolutely
man.
Love it. But
it's like the old my cunt.
Invincible Pet. He's won a 4P. He's won a 4P.
Name.
They've achieved success.
Brilliant name.
But they've dropped off a level.
And I bet you catch so many people out with that name as well.
You can't win them all.
Fucking awesome. What awesome name.
Still, nonetheless, disappointment. Disappointment that they've not
it has to be something in your settings, yeah.
Favourable positions.
I don't know, because I can normally, if I put a stream on, I can normally hear them talking.
3 likes.
But on this one, I can't. I can't hear them talking.
Big ups. Keep them
coming.
I've
now got it on my phone.
Appreciate the love and support.
So I can actually hear them talk. I don't know why that's
you are enjoying the content.
No idea.
Got to be in it to win it, 100%. If United could battle that team ethic and spirit today, we have no worries. No. Exactly, and that should be the default. You know how you show up today. You know, that's just an example for an occasion. That's just a day. You know, what about this for a season? What about thinking like this for a season? Every game, you start from minute 0. It means the world to you that you fight for every inch on the pitch, no matter what. And that's the.
But you know what you did today was fucking.
When it comes to Man United, that is the least we can ask for.
Absolutely.
So for me, if
awesome.
If that's the
I
an example,
expected it. You know what? I was so close to like having a bet.
There's
Man United winning that game.
Take the hint, guys.
And I was like,
take the hint.
Nah, I kind of get myself away from betting.
Manchester always rent 20,000 seats every year.
I thought, no,
well, you can probably chant that after the with the trophy lifting, quite literally. 20,000 empty seats.
Class.
The city end
it was quality.
empty. Oh,
from the start, I mean, it looked like City was going to absolutely
much love, Fuzzy.
you.
Drop into the pub after. I'm sure we'll do.
Fucking
we're keeping the vibes going. We're soaking it in for the whole weekend, people. And it's a bank holiday weekend, so it's going to go and stay on throughout Monday also.
It was
I'm going to be working on Monday,
different class.
Who cares? Who cares?
Absolutely
Monday night,
fucking
we're still
going
to be vibing. We're still going to be happy because we've ended the season with a trophy, and that's what matters. But yeah, thank you very much for airdropping the stream. By the way, viewing it on your stream. Do be sure also to go check out Longhaired Yeti's Cave. Does watch-alongs from sunrise to sunset every weekend. It's a commitment. It's it's mad dedication, crazy dedication, and he does what not many people can do. So again, I love this, guys. Make sure you also subscribe to this fella here. Really do appreciate his support from him and his community as well. And you know what? Forget Arsenal being one big happy family.
Resident Evil reviews before I go to bed. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I didn't rate it that much.
That's one big happy family there.
Did not rate it that much at all.
Spread the love. Most certainly deserves all the support that you can give him as well. So,
I love
LongHaired Yeti's Cave.
He's an absolute fucking
bottle,
real one.
Not battle. Did you say that?
Absolute real one. I've got so much time for the guy.
Or glasses.
It's unreal.
Well, at least
I don't have to go looking for success. Know what I'm like. I just talk absolute shit.
For me,
you just go on from there or whatever. You know?
So we can be a bit more relaxed. There we go.
Let me just sort this out.
The gleam off of that FA Cup trophy hits different with these glasses on. Look at it. Oh, it's this side. Shiny. Oh. I can see it in full picture now. I can see it in full picture. It's not blinding me so much.
I get it.
Lovely,
I'll be loving it as well.
Took the Carabao Cup trophy off to the exchange and got it upgraded, you know. Got it upgraded. So yeah,
I'll be happy if we won like a fucking toffee crisp.
And maybe this one's worth a parade. I'll tell you what, we win this trophy one more time.
We used to win them.
One more time. I want Man United to put out a shameless tweet about FA Cup heritage. Cheers.
We used to win them all the time. Fucking Forest. We used to win them FA Cups won in the country.
Be shameless. Go retain this FA Cup next season, right?
We've got a long time
and then
to go.
Stick it out there.
We've got a long time to go.
Stick it out there.
Before we start
and say, hey guys, look at our FA Cup heritage. Can you name all of them? I swear to God, Twitter will explode. Twitter will absolutely lose their shit. And I'm here for it. I'm here to drinking in that.
Stephanie's got a big goggles on.
Let's see.
Can't blame you.
Let's see honest, to another FA Cup final, which, by the way, would be 3 finals in a row.
Yeah, and Oxford's big. Can you believe someone?
Also, by the way, shout out to the FA Cup women's team as well, because we won that trophy. We've literally won the FA Cup.
Yeah, I heard that earlier.
Every single front.
I heard that earlier.
Mate, it's just
these guys.
Man United is literally just the FA Cup.
Ridiculous,
the FA Cup
mate.
is just Man
They're
United.
Absolutely ridiculous.
The FA Cup.
Big
Year
of
the FA Cup for Man United. We'll take it. It's trophies. The club's winning trophies. We love to see it. Beer goggles are on now for me. Didn't pub it today, so relatively sober. No, that's a shame.
Honestly, these guys are absolutely fucking
I don't know
clueless.
if people would still like to serve you walking in.
I've never in my life expected
still
to see what I see now. Just for people saying things to get
Pep
likes.
doesn't suit a suit.
I've never in my life expected.
Mate. I don't know if he was wearing a suit today.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's he's awful.
Yeah,
as
we
a
have to stick that
football
as an
fan,
extra charge now.
You're like,
we made
fuck
Pep
are you
cry.
doing?
You know, make that 116.
I mean, me as a Forest fan, I'm not happy with what we're doing.
But, guys,
I want better.
We haven't completed going through the team.
I want
we haven't
fucking
spoken about
so
everybody in
much
the team.
fucking better.
Wan-Bissaka,
I'm not
Diogo
fucking
Dalot,
happy.
Wan-Bissaka.
Not in a million years
what
I'm
can we say
not
about
happy.
Wan-Bissaka? Good
I
game
want
today.
fucking
Good game
so
again.
much
Part
better.
of a defence that you know.
Fingers
was
crossed
quite
I can come home on Monday, being off since Thursday.
You know, and
I hope that's the case.
It managed to threat
AFC
well.
always. I
Had the
really
likes of
do
Foden,
hope that's
was up
the
against Phil
case. Big
Foden
love
today.
to you,
Usually
bro.
he's a bit of a terror to play
AFC always.
against.
We have a trophy
And,
cabinet full of pre-season
the challenge,
tournament
and
trophies
he's
at Crystal
pulled out a
Palace
good
didn't
performance
even
today. So,
know we won.
and
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka, I think previously against City, his last game against Man City,
Man City didn't do enough to win that game.
So, you know, if you wanted to say,
mate, I
City,
wouldn't even go there.
That's one way of doing
to be
it.
honest.
That is one
I
way
think
of doing
Man
it.
City really went into it. But just didn't have anything to win that game.
Because, you know,
they was giving it for like the first 10, 20, 15, 20 minutes.
When the occasion
and then Man United started getting involved, and they went within 10.
Don't drop intensity.
They went within 10.
Step up.
Big up, Eyeball Paul.
The team that does
How you doing, bro?
Who wants it more?
Hope you're well, buddy.
Ends up being champions. So, you know what? Many more to it. Many more to it. Dalot on the other side.
You know what?
I tell you
what, right?
Essentially, he's meant to be a right back, but has fulfilled duties at left back. And, you know, for the most part, he's been quite steady. He's been quite steady all season long.
The people that keep coming in my chat, and
but
all
ultimately
that
has been really
and
reliable.
obviously,
you know,
it was to do with when I started watching like League Gunner and like people respecting me from that, and kind of that's the way it goes. And then
it's got a good, relatively good balance to him. He's quite good when bringing the ball forward.
And it all sort of came about from that
in the attacking
and
areas of the pitch as well.
But I think people sort of respect me because I tell it the way it is.
This season. So,
and I won't sort of like
when he's needed,
go away from anything.
He stepped up.
So
he stepped up.
But this YouTube thing is fucking mental, mate.
None more so.
It's mental.
More than.
And I think you either get taken on or you don't.
There you go.
And I think that's the way it works.
Seeing the occasion,
and I appreciate the fact
and pulled out a good performance.
That,
the midfield,
Amrabat
Mainu. Mainu for me probably should get credit for the best, being the best performing player.
I've always been part of
in the Man United squad this
respect.
I think he deserves that kind of credit.
If you give me respect, I'll give you respect back.
You know, last season he was just a sporadic opportunity here and there. This season was a breakout season.
It's amazing.
You know, one of the goal scorers.
It is absolutely amazing.
You know, he could have bottled it. The pass laid out perfectly to him from Bruno Fernandes.
I'm just a normal guy.
He could have bottled that. He could have
I'm
sent
just
it
a normal
right
guy.
over
The only difference is
I could have made it 2-0.
Nope. So everybody can see who I am.
Literally, the guy does not know what pressure is.
Shit in the chat.
He doesn't know what pressure is.
Yeah. And
literally, the only thing he thinks when he thinks about pressure is the hydraulic.
You have no idea how good you make me feel.
You don't know about any other pressure.
Supporting me.
He's got a bit
you
of
have no
idea
idea.
About him to back it up as well.
Eyeball Paul was funny. Kevin and Perry go large in the film.
Swimming well. He's not there yet. He's still got quite a few, I reckon another 2-3 years at least to really fill out.
But you guys have no idea how good you make me
just how
feel.
Far him as
I've
a player,
always like
player
spoken
profile,
the way
how
it
expands,
is.
how he finds
I've never
if he
quite
is
ever had a platform to actually do that.
A specialty. If he finds a specialty,
so you know, now I've got a platform to actually do that, and people
I think
appreciate
Mainu there's a whole
massive.
The world
it's
is at
massive.
his feet.
Because I'm just
the world
an
is at his
ordinary
feet.
guy.
He's got so many different things that he
I'm
can
nothing
do
special.
with his career, and he's
just
making it
the way I
count
see it.
at a very high level. He's making it count at Man United. And you know what? I'm not going to sit here screaming Starboy, Starboy, and make up songs about him in the shower.
That's all I am.
That's not me.
I'm getting conflicted because I'm listening to what Fuzz.
To me,
I keep talking.
It's just
I'm like
appreciating seeing a young academy product
but then again,
coming
you can't hear
into the first team picture
because I can't get it
and
to
proving doubters wrong first and foremost, but taking challenges that people would say,
it's really
gonna master that challenge, staring it straight in the face and saying, hell no, this is my level, I belong. And he can hear Fuzz on your channel.
I've got it on my mobile phone.
He's
I can't get it on here for some reason.
In a couple of
so I've got it on my mobile phone. Just paying respects to
most
him.
notably against Wolves. He's not in a goal scoring position. He beats a couple of players off the dribble. He does all the hard work, and he's just got to put the final cherry on the icing on the cake, and he just
hilarious when Kevin was in that coffin. Yeah, that's right. I'm dead now.
Amrabat.
Not sure what that
again, Amrabat. You know what? Amrabat's turned up in the last 3-4 games.
I'm having to listen to what Fuzz
that
on
was his last game for the club.
For some reason, he's not playing.
That was his last game for the club.
Screen.
And a lot of people
that's
are saying,
why you can hear all Fuzz.
Oh no, we should sign him.
I love what Fuzz to bits. He's a fucking awesome human being.
For me,
he's got no malice. Whenever anybody talks about different things about different people, that guy just goes quiet.
He should have played.
He just doesn't want to get involved in that kind of thing, and I
think he had more to offer this season.
Wish I was that kind of
and especially seeing how he's worked well with Kobbie Mainoo next to him.
And We've seen it a couple of times before this sort of end of the season run,
no
worries, man.
Especially at Anfield as well. Mainoo and Mainoo
Amrabat sounds like an Aldi toilet
and shutting down a lot of what Liverpool wanted to do in that game. And they shut down most of what Man City wanted to do as well. They shut down most of what Man City wanted to do. They occupied all the spaces that City usually want to operate in. Find effectiveness with their most key influential players. And they just shut every single door.
Oh, back, buddy, did you miss me? Of course I did.
You want to use the buzzwords of double pivot that some people get ticked off when they hear because it's just more complicating,
That's your question, Stephanie.
Why
do you always say how many likes?
Shutting down all of what goes on.
Seriously.
Is it worth signing him back? I think the funny thing is that maybe on the basis that if
you're a model on main big channel,
right, and there's not really much money to play around with, maybe there is a deal to negotiate there. Meanwhile, you'll sell other players around for better value.
Is that why you always tell the likes?
Your squad players, squad fillers, squad depth. And
I appreciate it.
Players that can do a good job in the team. Amrabat can do a good job in the team. Needs the right balance in midfield next to him. Needs to have a good team, a good defence behind him. Right, a good attack in midfield in front of him. And where he's involved in the build-ups, he'll need to have good strikers as well to finish off the passages of play. So every element of that team, all 3/3 of the pitch,
big love, bro.
As critical as the
next.
And Amrabat, he needs to have a good team. He does need
to make people aware if they haven't liked a gentle reminder.
It's the same logic that we can apply to absolutely everybody.
Just say
if everybody else around him is good, that's going to elevate their game. we've had too many times this season. Too many players just not living up to
just
standards.
say make sure you someone
Judge
like
your glasses for Pet 115 of them. 115 of them.
I mean, I don't see the like.
You drink 115 pints of chocolate milk.
Just say, make sure you someone like.
Electric glasses.
You know, instead of giving the like count.
I think you were talking about your beer glasses. I don't know why I was thinking you were talking about this.
Maybe bro, love you, bro. Love
if we
bro.
charge him with 115 volts of electricity,
love you, bro.
Do you reckon that this will turn into a blue light?
This guy,
would that turn into a blue
Paul
light?
Rossi.
I don't know.
Right.
Little floppy things in the middle.
I love
little
this
floppy
guy
things
so
in the middle of the light bulb.
He is such a fucking amazing.
Whole team of soft, experienced defence felt sorry for Onana conceding that goal. Should have kept it out.
We have so many like private
performance
streams.
for the most part. Literally, it's just that goal.
On at some
shouldn't
point.
be conceding that goal.
And he is just an amazing human being. I love the guy to bits.
He's done a good job.
Same as Mama Flossie as well.
Passed the Doku test. Definitely.
Love him to bits.
Yeah, well, I mean, Doku,
I could not love anybody more.
Again,
that defense
kept most of what Man City had to offer
Mama Flossie and Cole.
He did. They all did. So again, everybody gets.
They are amazing human beings.
For that. You know, hold those. Don't hold your L's. Hold your W's. Take those 2 L's and turn them into a W. That's the thing.
Like and subscribe, commenting non-live really helps channels grow. Just keep saying that. Just keep saying like and subscribe. So
make a double
the like count.
So actually, in some cases, 2 wrongs do make a right. Yeah. Please don't use that as life advice.
I just do what I do. So I get what you're doing with the like count, but it makes no difference.
I think we were 4-2-2 today.
And I look at it afterwards, and it is what it is.
You know, very versatile setup.
Not being horrible.
That has been what he's gone with. He did this against Brighton. He did. He went with a 4-2-2-2.
I can't help it, Abby. Well, fucking stop
United, and it was horrendous. It was really
we
bad.
need to get Stephanie in rehab.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, he got go now, mate. I need my rest, and they are about to give me antibiotics.
And I know the team sheet. I looked at the team sheet. I was like.
Big love AFC, always been with me, man. Big love, bro.
No matter what the tactics are, big love. Even if they are shit tactics, if you've got a team of 11 players that are hungry to win,
Tony Neri says,
it almost does.
You know what? It
does.
You know what?
70-80% of the job for you. The tactics are just a complementary.
Fucking gold.
Right, it's like the garnish on a dish.
Him and Mama Flossie.
That dish doesn't look quite so premium without the garnish.
Gold.
Right. It
doesn't. You could not expect to meet better people
and it's still
in your life.
Really delicious.
Cole Rossi garnish of fucking Mama
When it arrives at the table, it's got the garnish on it.
Absolute gold.
There's nothing more that you want to look forward to than devouring absolute greatness.
I love them so much. It's unreal.
Rashford.
Absolutely unreal.
Mr. PR man himself. Somebody that I just
I enjoy the conversation with them. Mate, they are
today
different class.
It wasn't this goal threat
with things that's going on in the world nowadays.
Shooting non-stop,
long
range after long range after long range.
I love them
For me,
much.
Playing slightly further back.
For you, as I totally respect you, will say that and that, but don't tell anyone else.
Equally finding importance in that team. Just for that day.
I think, like, keep saying, like, just annoys certain people.
Gave something to the team. If he's not
quite close
if he's not
to me,
providing you goals and assists,
that's kind of why.
If he's not providing goals and assists,
I'm sort of saying
ultimately.
Because I love those guys to bits. So I'm always going to back them up.
If you're not doing those feats as an attacking player, but you're connecting the dots elsewhere.
Stephanie Do you want the link?
For me, that's
on
good
Instagram?
enough, because ultimately, if your team
if you
ends
want
up
the
winning,
link, you
it's like
can
Jack
come on.
Grealish at Man City. A lot of people say, well, Jack Grealish,
his
come
goal
on tally is
and
really
talk
low.
about your fucking massive
Garnacho's got
FA
more
Cup
goals
win.
than him.
If you want
in
to.
like way less games or something like that. Or I don't know who it was that they were comparing it to, but it's like with Grealish, the thing about Grealish is that he doesn't need to get like huge amounts of goals. He doesn't need a goal tally similar to Ronaldo. You gonna do that, Stephanie? You know, there's other players in the team that do all of that. It's everything else that he does for the team. Where you say, if you look back at the performance and you say, well,
put yourself on
Jack Grealish, if he doesn't do what he does here, does that chance happen? When that chance happens, does that goal happen? So players like that, they don't have to be scoring mad amount of goals. They don't need to be scoring mad amount of you're getting a huge amount of assists. Getting a bit laggy, so I'll probably just cancel that just so that it gets rid of some of the lag there. Hopefully that fixes things. Unfortunately, I'll be popping this back up though soon. But yeah, it's just if you're not scoring goals, you're not assisting, what else is it you're providing to the team? And that's what I think every player's got to have as like a reality check. Everybody's got to have that sort of reality check at a professional level. What are you offering your team if you are not in the attacking positions, of course? If you're not scoring goals, you're not assisting, but what else is it that you're doing? Because if you're not providing something that's worth it outside of that, then your time in the team is ticking, and its ticky is running out. You know, the sand in your little sand timer is about to run out. But yeah. But yeah, for me, Marcus Rashford found usefulness in this game. He did find some usefulness in this game, and that's enough for the day. That's enough for the day. Do I still want him out? Yeah, I still want him sold. I still want him to go this summer. Get just big profit for the player, and we'll work from there, guys. We'll work from there. There's plenty of other wingers that can do that same job that Rashford did today, but can also have other games where they're scoring mad goals and assisting mad goals. That can do it all, and don't then put out PR statements when things don't quite crack up to be what they hope to be. So, yeah, for me, my heart is still set on the departing, with Rashford departing, of course, and hopefully that happens in the summer. I know some top Reds will claim racism. They'll cry, but for me, I'm about the betterment of Manchester United. Rashford has not bettered Manchester United over the past 10 years. He hasn't. He's had ups and downs. He's had good seasons, but plenty more bad seasons. Garnacho on the other side. Breakthrough season last season, I felt like. This season, just more finding his feet a little bit more. And I think in various aspects he's done that. In others, he's still got an inconsistency bug to get out of his game. But you know what? I've got appreciation for the relentlessness that Garnacho has.
One day, buddy, in the future, Whitey's not ready for me.
Because he's just chasing
everything. If it's ready for me, it's ready for you.
Credit for that. When he was playing in the Premier League as a Leicester City striker, the guy wouldn't stop running. He was not necessarily a Premier League great footballer. He was just a striker who just fucking loved football and would throw everything he's got at every single game. And that's great. That's fantastic. Of course, you eventually get to the point where you need to
go on, Stephanie. Get on the fucking thing.
Scott's case, for me.
Oh, get on my Instagram.
He's got the heart for it, but he hasn't got the quality. And we need to have quality.
Get your cam ready.
We do need to have quality.
Get on.
But yeah,
if you don't want a cam,
and
don't cam.
When you see mistakes happen, even the best
get on.
Vardy,
see Stephanie Griffith,
me, best left back in the Premier League this season. Even they will make mistakes, and you've got to be there to punish them. if Garnacho,
I want to hear what you've
and
got to
I
say
if
because you're
if it was
another
Marcus
one of my
Rashford, maybe he doesn't
respected
chase that up. Maybe he doesn't chase it up. Maybe he's
get
not
on here.
in and amongst the mix to
Get
cause the
on
chaos.
here. Stop being
You know, we can't forget about that. So Garnacho, he deserves the credit for just being a pain in the bloody ass. Be a pain in the ass. Be that rat bastard that they absolutely despise you as. Be that rat bastard.
I love this fucking. I love this. I love this because it's like I keep sending all these fucking invites.
You know, he sussed out a miscommunication and he was there to punish. He pounced.
They got the balls. Come on with me.
But it won us the game.
That sounds like I'm a cunt. I'm all cunt.
McTominay, I think I've pretty much already covered most of what McTominay, my qualms with McTominay are. Again, he's got a passion and undying love for the club. But if I was in that club, people would say that this guy's got to go. Yeah.
Yeah, one fucking major respect I will have for anybody is to have me on their show. Because I'm very unpredictable in what I'm going to say.
I understand it. I do love this club. But for me, I know what Manchester United is all about. It's about being better than everybody else and always keeping the machine moving. Keeping the machine moving. If we're not winning trophies and we're not being successful, we're not doing something right at Manchester United. End of discussion. If I'm a part of that, if I'm a part of a team that's not winning trophies, I am a part to play in Manchester United not being successful. And if I believe Man United should be successful, I'm a problem. I am a problem. And that's the thing. I don't think Scott would
Stephanie's gone quiet.
Look himself in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm a big problem here. I think he'd definitely be still backing himself rather blindly to be the the saviour for Man United. But for me with Man United, maybe at another Premier League club. He's killed my camera there for a second. There we go.
I think the thing is with YouTube, I think you're either when it runs out of battery, not.
It screws everything else up. It's like if
you want to come on and like, not show your face or whatever like that, fair play.
Bloody Sarbomba.
Yeah, you can do that.
It ends up in flames.
I think you're either for it or you're not.
That's just hardware. I
didn't think I was for it, but
it
seems to work. So whatever.
But yeah, for me, Scott McTominay,
whatever.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure getting to call you McTerminator, call you McMayonnaise, calling you the Milky Bar Kids. But we need we do need better. And for me, if that was your last game, then
just au revoir for that.
Au revoir. Thanks for the memories. Not that there was many positive ones with you, but nonetheless, we wish you well on future endeavours, is what I will say. And also, again, another player we make pure profit off of. So it's selling Academy product.
I'm listening.
Selling Academy products. I would, I'll tell you this, it would be criminal. I'll put it this way, it would be absolutely criminal if Man United end up selling either Garnacho or Kobbie Mainoo before McTominay or Rashford goes. That, for me, would be unforgivable. So, pain like Bane.
I'm just agreeing with Fuzz. I'm agreeing.
Hope you well, buddy.
You can't hear it because
I know
it's
probably
going
to be. I don't know if it is you. Or whether we're going to
see
come
on and say hello. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know how though. If you add yourself to Instagram, add LongHaired Yeti, and I'll send you the link.
Good to see you.
I don't want to put in chat.
Last of the starting
I mean, I might.
Fernandes.
I might.
Again,
yeah, I can do that.
Quality layoff for the second goal. And he definitely
But you never know
divides
who's gonna fucking turn up,
100%. Bruno Fernandes divides opinions so many different ways. Literally, half the club absolutely cannot stand him, right? Because they think, oh, captain.
Most of them are a lot of
be a
real
true
ones
leader,
anyway, so yeah,
there's so
I
many different
can
personality
100%
traits that you want to see a real Man United captain have. And he doesn't have those. He doesn't have the. He doesn't have the juice for it. He doesn't really have that. The accountable leader sort of vibes to him. So, yeah, for me, in my opinion, I'd like to look at this as Bruno. I think needs to have probably a non-toxic environment, because given that he's a captain, he's definitely heard, seen, and been involved in a lot of the handbags talking going on in the Carrington Hall. So yeah, I know that Bruno, he's a quality player. Don't get me wrong, he's a quality player. Is he captain material? I think he's got to figure himself out first. For me, he doesn't.
Anthony turn up for a minute, pretty much like Anthony probably
and
with
just get his head screwed on the right way round. And
like turns up
I'm
for
pretty
a
sure
second,
with Bruno, if he's got his head screwed on right, like he can
Yo,
be a
bro,
fantastic leader.
how you doing?
I do. He does. Does he whine a lot and complain a lot? Yeah.
Why
He's desperate. He's very, very
it?
desperate to win. Maybe sometimes a bit too desperate, and it does annoy other people
bro,
on that pitch.
Hear anything.
It may do that. It may do that, and trust me, in all walks of life, if you've got someone that's just complaining all the time, you want to tell them to shut up, stop talking.
Oh, that's better.
Stop talking over your arms.
What's going on here?
Ultimately, you know deep down that person just is so desperate to want to win.
Why can't I not hear anybody?
So desperate that he wants.
Can you hear me?
He wants. He never wants to lose.
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
He never wants to lose.
Yeah, you can hear me.
But I think
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Where the right time to.
I've never done this before though.
Where his criticism should mean something.
So this is all new to me.
But rather,
can you hear me good?
Moments to just be throwing his arms and complaining all the time. What about bringing that team together?
Why can I not hear him?
Holding that team together. Be.
Am I?
Be the glue that holds that team together. When times get rough, if you concede a goal early, like away from home or something, in a crucial cup tie game or in a Champions League, Europa League game, no matter what competition it's in, have a captain that will pull the team together and say, "Come on, guys, wake up, let's get back at them." And carry the momentum, carry the mentality of that team, and your quality, right? In the right moments, find that moment of quality, right? Find the moment of quality, and you will.
Can you hear me now?
Tenfold, absolutely tenfold. So, yeah, for me, Bruno divides the fan base. He does. But there is a place in Manchester United for Bruno, but he's got to sort some things out to his personal game before we can ultimately say Bruno to stay at Man United for as long as possible. He's not got many years left, by the way. He hasn't got many years left at all. He's touching on 30 now. So there isn't really many years left for Bruno to be captaining a Manchester United side
because they chose
to much more success. If we talk about Premier League success, are we going to be good enough?
The host has unmuted your microphone.
You chose to mute.
Did I?
To achieve that with Bruno still being in the team.
Can you hear me now?
I hope we get to it. I hope we do get there. And hopefully for Bruno's case, eventually he can end up lifting.
He says that you chose
a
to
Premier League
mute
trophy or Champions League.
Oh, I think I might have.
And
you guys in the chat, you can hear me though, yeah?
You can take away when you.
Yeah, so Tony Neri, I can.
Legacy.
Try shutting off Fuzz's video.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't even hear Fuzz's video.
That's pretty much for the most part the starting 11.
I can hear Fuzz's video
as well. Johnny Evans
Yes,
again
can
replacing
you
the Sandra
find
Martinez who picked up an
Big
injury
up
again.
Jezza?
I'm pretty sure
Drop
that was
me a
either
stream,
a knock
mate.
or probably
Now
a
I
serious
can't
injury.
hear him.
Martinez looked fine after the
Now
game.
I can't hear him.
I don't know whether it's you or me because I'm completely new to all of this. I've never done any of this before. I don't know much about YouTube, I'll be honest with you.
I cannot hear that guy at all.
But Johnny Evans, a guy
Yeah,
that
let me just stop that stream.
Yeah.
I still can't fucking hear you.
You still can't hear me? Oh.
The fuck is going on here?
I'm just wondering whether there's a setting on my end I haven't pressed or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just using my mobile phone, so let's see.
Okay.
Here we go. Can you hear me now? No?
I can't fucking hear you, mate.
Fuck's sake.
Can you hear me? Put a thumbs
I can
up
hear you.
if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah.
How the fuck can I not hear you then? Something weird on Yeti's end? Yeah, it is. It is. Is the volume off on your headphones? No, I don't think it is. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, this is a good crack, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm gonna get the whiskey out, I think. I need a drink.
The fucking thing's far. Where the fuck is it? There you go. The fucking cable. Oh my days. There you go, nah.
This I'm sure Yeti doesn't understand. I've had this since blinking Christmas, I tell you.
I never even fucking noticed that. Honestly, I never even fucking noticed that. The fucking jack was out of the fucking plug. Oh my fucking days. How are you anyway, mate? You're
I'm really good, and listen, well done on all these streams. As I said, you've got an amazing amount of confidence and everything to go on YouTube and everything. Like, as I said, this is my first time. And I really enjoy watching all of your live streams. And I really enjoy watching the stream to do with Jez and everything because, I started following Lee Gunner's channel. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
This is probably me.
Same here.
And so you can hear me. Oh, you can hear me now. It's all sorted.
Mate, all I had to do was plug the fucker in.
Oh God, it's always that.
Fell out.
Yeah, no, honestly, I did a music course, a BTEC, and we had these tutors, and they were absolutely amazing. And I remember we couldn't get any sound coming out of the studio for God knows how long, and it turns out it's because we hadn't switched the bloody mixing desk on. So, trust me, I know it. Yeah, so...
Mate, we're professionals. We're professionals.
Look, it happens to everyone. Yeah, so I'm not set up for this at all, or anything, So, yeah, I'm sorry I'm walking around and everything. I'm just getting a bit of water to drink. Yeah, but listen, man, it's really cool, all these streams you do, and I really enjoy listening to them. I don't really comment very often, because often I don't listen to them live. Because, you see, I don't have a TV, right? Well, I do, but I don't have Sky Sports and everything. So I watch them back when I'm having my dinner and stuff like that, So that's why I don't really comment much. And, also it's, it's a new thing and it's quite intimidating putting yourself out there,
It is. 100%. 100%.
Because it's one thing pre-recording something when you've got so much control and everything. And there's another thing just putting your face out there because, like, you say one stupid thing and you feel like a tit,
See, the thing is, I've never had that because, like, I don't give a fuck whether I feel like a tit or not. I don't give a fuck about what I say, to be quite honest.
It's
So, and I think that's probably like the confidence thing, what you were saying, where it's like if you have that ability to just like say whatever you want to say and just not give a fuck. And I've never give a fuck all my life, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like. I've never given a crap what people think of me in terms of the way I look, things I do, that sort of thing. But like, I wouldn't want to sort of upset somebody because I've said something silly because I've been lacking self-awareness in that moment or anything. Like I wouldn't want to be an idiot or a dickhead in that way. It's like, do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I always think when you
to be honest, I don't
Go on.
give a fuck if I offend somebody because offence is taken by the person that takes it. You know, what I say is what I say. If you don't like it, then you fucking disappear and don't listen to me anymore. And that's the way I've always looked at it. You know,
Oh yeah, it's
people
true.
taking offence is on their side, not mine.
Yeah, I mean, I've never taken offence to anything that either you or Jez have ever said because, like you always know when somebody's genuinely trying to be horrible and when somebody isn't. Do you know what I mean? And we all say silly things at times. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That it doesn't mean anything. It's not horrible or anything like that. It's just me and the way I think, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, if you take offence to it, then that's poor sense on you, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Because,
so,
you know.
So what do you make of Arsenal's season and everything and, you know, how it's panned out for them this year? I know you're a Nottingham Forest fan, but I don't really know too much about Forest. I'm like Palace and Arsenal.
It's fucking wank, mate. It's
think it's bad.
Wank. Yeah, mate. Yeah, fucking won anything.
It's true.
Wank.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those weird things because, like you said, you know, there has been some improvement. I mean, 5 years has been a bloody long time to see that, in my opinion. But like I said, nobody will remember Arsenal finishing second.
No.
You know?
Are you an Arsenal fan
then? Yes, and yeah, kind of, because like my dad was a big Arsenal fan, and so is my brother. And of course, I grew up with that team in the late '90s. Big up Anthony, by the way. Love your streams too. Been watching you for a while as well. And
he's fucking awesome. He's awesome for a tractor owner.
Bristol. Oh, blimey, you won't want to come out to Wicklow then.
No, but I mean, who's your main team then?
My main theme?
Main team.
Oh, main team. Oh, Crystal Palace.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're a Crystal Palace fan. Do you think you're going to keep the players that like could take you to big things?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, looking at the three players, I think the one player that maybe we could afford to lose is Mark Gay. I don't know. You see, like Glasner, he seems like a really good manager. And the sort of like the difference he's made, even in just 10 games, it's just night and day. To the point where I actually feel a bit sorry for Roy Hodgson because he must have been doing a shocking job, you know. But you see, is that camaraderie? Is that enough to keep the players at the club? Because money talks, doesn't it? At the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
You see, I would.
I think
but, you know,
that is a really sort of like guided view that money will talk. Same with us, what we've got. Money will talk at the end of the day. Don't matter whether we like the players, but money will talk. And it'd be exactly the same with Palace. You've got something good building there, but as soon as Elise and Eze goes, and maybe Anderson, maybe Gay, you know, it's going to be a different story.
I suppose the only thing I'd say about that, though, is Oliver Glasner, he has got prestige in that he won the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt. Would he have come to Palace if he thought he wasn't going to get any spending money over the summer?
True.
You know?
True. Yeah, but maybe Man United might steal him.
Yeah, maybe, but then again, they'd have to pay us quite a lot of money to get him out of the contract, I guess. So, you know.
Yeah, but Man United's known for like chucking money around everywhere anyway.
True.
So that could possibly happen as well.
I mean, even though it's still really early, though, isn't it? I mean, we're talking. Was he been at the club 13 games, something like that? You know, so obviously you do get a bounce from players quite often because they want to keep the contracts, they want to keep the place at the club. So who knows? But yeah, no, Arsenal, it's been a very interesting season, hasn't it? You know.
100%. Bring Anthony on that. Arsenal, interesting season.
Nah, what can I say? Yeah, we haven't won nothing. I mean, you look at Man United today in the FA Cup. They won it. Congratulations to them. They've had a better season than us. Let's be honest. You know, that is all about winning trophies at the end of the day, and that's what they've done. I mean, I was watching the game today, but bloody hell, I was saying, I was in the pub watching it, and I said to there's some Man United fans in there, and I said to them, I said, "Oh, congratulations, well done." I said, "You've done better than my team, Arsenal." I said, "You've had a better season than us." And one of them turned around and went, "What you want about, mate?" I went, "What? What you want about?" I said, "You've had a better season than us." He went, "How'd you work that out?" He said, "You finished second." I said, "Mate, you've just won a fucking cup."
Yeah.
I couldn't be any more straight.
It's crazy the way that some fans kind of see it nowadays. I mean, as a Forest fan, winning things back in the day, I'd be happy with winning a Toffee Crisp wrapper, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be happy with that. So it makes no sense to me, like people saying like you've had a better season than Man United. You haven't, because they won a cup and you ain't.
Exactly. And when I was a kid, I remember watching that VHS tape of Arsenal winning the League Cup against Sheffield Wednesday. Oh God, I used to watch that tape over and over when I was a little kid and everything. Whereas I haven't got my parents didn't have VHS tape of Arsenal coming second. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that magic about it, does it? Somehow. So, but again, it's money. There's not a lot of money in the FA Cup, is there? So that's why they don't want to go for it.
I think that is like the major point of what you've just said. There's not enough money in it. They don't have like the Cup Winners' Cup now, where you could like go on from strength on winning a cup and stuff like that. And the way Arsenal just fucking disregard that cup, which is something they've been winning for a long time, is just fucking disgraceful. It's disgraceful, man.
And as a gentleman on the stream, I can't remember whose stream it was because my memory's shocking and they all kind of blur into one. There was a guy who was in a car, he was a Man City fan. He was saying that, winning breeds a culture of winning.
Yeah.
Like in the last 5 years, if Mikel Arteta had won another couple of, say he'd won an FA Cup and a League Cup, I'd be more than happy to give him another season. I think, well, you've won stuff. And yeah, it doesn't feel like we're too far off. So yeah, okay, but like nothing. One FA Cup in his first half season as a manager.
Yeah.
That's not Arsenal, man.
No. Yeah, that's just fucking hit the nail on the head. That's not Arsenal.
And it was actually Unai Emery's team that he won it with. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's another thing. And I just don't think this guy has got enough to take Arsenal over the line. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was the Villa game that pulls us up, basically. Losing to them with him changing the side around. If we beat them, it would have been us winning the league. That's a fact. The other thing as well is we know he's going to be the manager here next season. I said it before. Yeti's even heard me say it before as well. If he spends 250 million, that's his first £1 billion he has spent with the club. And for what? For nothing. And then fans goes, oh yeah, but look, you had so many points last season. You've got this point season just gone. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but we're improving on points, but we're not winning anything. So it doesn't make a difference. Do you know what I mean? So is absolutely wasted time. Take that shit off us. And you just rang me up there.
But even then, the points
thing. Can you remember a team that stuck with a manager this long, winning fuck all?
Arsene Wenger.
True.
Well, winning a team. Yeah, well, I mean, you might
almost
be
10 years.
Well, again, it's Arsenal, so yeah, that's probably right.
I mean, this thing as well about getting more points than we did last season. Arsenal got how many more points? 4 more points than the team that won in 2001, 2002. Is this current Arsenal side better than that side with Vieira, Petit, Bergkamp, you name it? No. So I guess one point I have to make is that while points are great, they show you how good you are compared to the rest of the league. They don't really provide you a great deal of context, because clearly, if we were better then the league was better then too, because we found it harder to get points. So has there been a drop-off in regards to the rest of the league? Are there too many clubs in the league that, don't take winning seriously enough? So does it truly represent those 91 points where Arsenal are as a football club,
Same, you could use the argument with Liverpool every time they get 90 plus points in a season and not win it. It's not that they get any closer to winning it. It's just they either win it, get it over the line, or they don't. And if they don't, second place finish, doesn't matter at the end of the day how many points you got. You'll sit there and say,
just ask Patrick, right? Why you got the camera going up your nose?
Do you know what? I've got I'm filming on my phone, but I don't know where to put it. I've got nowhere to rest it. I'll have to find somewhere in my living room.
We can see your bogies, mate. We can see your bogies.
How about that? Is that a bit better?
Bogies. Yeah.
I have to find something to prop it up with.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Arsenal are always the nearly boys. Nah, they're always the nearly boys. And you can say what you want about Forest. Obviously, I'm a Forest fan. But, Arsenal are like the Nelly boys. It's always like... And you all do it. I don't give a fuck who you are. You all get fucking smashed into this thing where, we're going to win the league. And then you all have to eat humble pie. All the time. Surely it's got to come a point where you don't want that humble pie anymore.
You say the nearly boys. I'll tell you what, the new generation of Arsenal fans, the blokes in that demographic, are going to struggle becoming fathers in their time, because they're all about nearly. Can't get it over the line. They can't finish.
Do you think
they're like premature? They're like people trying to shag a hot chick and prematurely ejaculating.
They don't even get it in before they've exploded. They see it, they're already losing their minds.
Do you think a part of it is just because Arsenal haven't won anything for so long that there's a kind of feeling of a generation of fans maybe that don't quite understand what it feels like, what it means to win? Is there an element of that?
100%.
It could be. I think it's a new fans, the fans of now, like today's generation. That's how I feel. That's the problem. I don't get any problem on YouTube with people saying this or saying that. My problem is people that's around me. When they support other teams, and I give them my opinions, I give them my views. I mean, I was at a birthday party yesterday. All right, fair enough. It was my missus' birthday party. She was 50 yesterday, right? And part of her family are Arsenal fans as well as my family. But I just think to myself, they were absolutely surprised when I said, "No, I'm Arteta late now." He said, "Yeah." I said, "No, seriously, I am." And they all turned around. They said to me, "They said, are you deluded?" I went, "No." I said, "I'm just telling you a fact." I said, "He's been at this club." I said, "One FA Cup, he's won, which was the Unai Emery's team." I said, "Winning that trophy," I said, "how long could that possibly keep that guy in a job?" Right? And he said, "Yeah, but he's doing great. He's doing fantastic for you." I said, "He's not. He's not winning anything." I said, "He doesn't play, the reserves. He doesn't trust any player in the reserves at all." Then we go to this trust the process. And I was saying to Lee Gunner when I was on a stream with him the other night with Jez and Matty, I said, "What is the process?" And Lee asked the same question, and nobody can explain what the process is. I mean, the only process I know is a tin of fucking peas. That's the only thing I know is process. So, I mean, somebody in the chat or whoever you're watching, please tell me what the process is, because I've never heard of a process in football.
You know what? He's absolutely fucking sad. And they've got so many Arsenal fans that believe in this shit.
Yeah.
And just keep paying and paying and paying and paying. I mean, the one thing that we have as a Forest fan base is we are 100% with it. You know, what's going on and all that kind of stuff, because we can see the progress that's coming and all that kind of thing. With you guys, you're like fucking like the Borg. You know, resistance is futile. It's fucking bizarre, man. It's fucking bizarre. It really is.
What's Anthony, and what's your kind of gut feeling though when you watch games? Because if you look at the overall picture, results are everything, trophies are everything. But like, what do you actually feel when you're watching the games? Do you feel like he's making the right decisions? Is he making his substitutions at the right time? All that kind of stuff.
No. In all fairness, when he makes a substitution, it's like for like. Trossard has just recently started playing in the first team.
That's a massive sign. I'm sorry, Anthony, but that's a massive sign of a manager that doesn't know what he's doing. Making like for like signing, like for like substitutions.
Yeah, it's like for like substitutions. He hasn't got a plan B, All our attacking is down the right hand side. Is basically down where the side is where Saka's playing. We've come predictable, so this is where teams can actually read us. Obviously, as we know, because you think of it, before we went to Dubai, we lost to West Ham, Newcastle. We were drawing games with Fulham, losing against Fulham. And these are games that we should be winning, but we haven't. We didn't win any of them because we come too predictable. Because people know what our style of play is like.
Yeah.
Now with Mikel Arteta, there's something up there. It should be alarm bells ringing up here saying, "Hang on, I think these teams are reading us. We're going to have to come up with a different formation, different strategy, a different gameplay, if you like." But none of that considers that. But that doesn't enter in Mikel Arteta's head. So it's like what I said. We've come too predictable. We lose points. We lose games, and this is going to be the same old Arsenal, and it'll be the same next season. We'll finish second. It'd be a two-horse race next season between Man City and Arsenal, and Man City will win it for a fifth time. That is what would happen. It repeats itself every season, and every season with us, it gets boring. Don't jeopardize the Carabao Cup. Don't jeopardize the FA Cup, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about silverware. But he's jeopardized those two last season. Obviously, I quoted and I actually said on the show that we do. I'm on the show with Fuzzy on Wednesday nights, and I said he'll get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I was happy with that. Anything past that was a bonus to me, right? So that was that. So I had no complaints at all with him how he done it in the Champions League. But regarding the league, no, he's just. I mean, you look at it. he was Pep's number 2. He's not an elite manager. If anything, he was better off going into, like, let's say Everton. Because when we signed him, Carlo Ancelotti was out of a job. I don't know why Arsenal didn't snap up Carlo Ancelotti, to be honest with you, and Mikel Arteta going to Everton. So in other words, get that bit more experience of managing under your belt from a team like that and trying to progress Everton and get them somewhere. Then if you was winning trophies at Everton, like a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, whatever, yeah, then come to Arsenal. But no, it was straight into Arsenal in the deep end. He was thrown in the deep end, in all fairness, Mikel Arteta. And you can't blame him for that. But the only thing that we can blame him on is performances. And that's it.
It's amazing because, like, I know I'm going on a bit about Palace now, and again, it has only been 10 games, you know what I mean? But when I watch Palace now under Glasner, it's almost like as you feel the momentum of the game shifting, before I've even thought it, we've got a substitute coming on. It's like you don't even need to think it. It just kind of happens in real time in front of you, and you don't have to worry about it. Whereas I couldn't tell you, I do watch Arsenal. Okay, I haven't got TV, but I watch it sometimes at Mom's if it's an important game. And you are always thinking, aren't you? Wow, when are we going to make that substitution? We need to do something. We need to change it up. And it just always takes that bit too long, doesn't it? Which is, it's a problem, I think. You know?
Yeah.
And that hasn't seemed to change.
I think that's a major good point, because good managers make decisions proactively instead of reactively. You know? I think you've seen a lot of good managers actually do that. And the thing is with Arteta is, like you say, like for like subs, which to me is a major red flag, to be honest. He doesn't do it proactively. You know, he doesn't think about it right from the off. He waits for somebody else to do something else before he actually makes a change. And to me, that is 100% a sign of a bad manager.
And also this thing about, you know, not rotating properly as well, because again, and I'll refer to Glasner again, and it'd be interesting to see what happens with him. When he came in, he's got just absolute levels out of players that I thought were washed. So Will Hughes, now, to be fair, I have always liked Will Hughes. I've always thought he's a tidy player, but he was not good under Roy Hodgson. He'd been way off it, and it looked to me like he was gone. He was going somewhere else. Glasner's got him playing like a brand new player. He's like that player that played well for Watford. And now I'm thinking, well, we probably do want to offer him another contract. You know, Mateta's banging in goals for fun. You know, so I'm just thinking, I look at Arsenal, we don't rotate enough. And I'm thinking, is that really because our bench is it really that bad? Or is there a problem there that he doesn't trust the players? And then why is that? Because half of them are your players. And if you're a good manager, you should be able to get levels out of them. You know, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling
your players, you know, at Palace, I mean, there's players at your team that the top, the top teams are literally crying out for. At Crystal Palace, you know, and what's it, Luisi, and you know, there's a few of them, but it's like what I said, you know, unfortunately they might leave Crystal Palace if a good offer comes in for them. But it's like what I said, I could just see Crystal Palace at this time. All I can see you is being like a feeders club. Do you know what I mean? You're feeding these top teams, you're getting the money in. But when you buy a player and it's like, I don't know, let's say something like 25 million quid, you know, that sort of thing, you know, around about that price area. And I mean, I don't know if it's your scouts or whatever, but, you know, you sort of do spot talent in some way, you know, at Crystal Palace.
Dougie Friedman.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie about that.
Big part of it,
yeah. Yeah, he is a big part of it. And I just feel that it's a shame that you can't keep these players and sort of build a team around them. Because if you built a team around them, I reckon with Crystal Palace, you could be top 10, maybe going up to around about, you know, the Europa League Conference, you know, that sort of position. So that's what I'm saying. But unfortunately, with Palace, when he bring in the players are going to go, if they're going to bid something like 60 million for them, they're gone, because Palace is the sort of team they can't turn down that X amount of millions of pounds. So, it's a shame, really.
One thing I will say, and I will give credit to Steve Parish where it's due, although we've got, normally when players leave Crystal Palace, it's because the players want to go. We're not a club that sell players on. It's just, how can you keep a player at the club if you've got another club knocking on the door offering? But even then, I think Wilfred Zaha was on a massive salary, and so will Eze and Elise be. It'll be about winning, I think. That's what it boils down to. Are Crystal Palace going to challenge for a league title? Are they going to win an FA Cup? It's going to be difficult. And I think that's why players want to leave Palace. I think it's that, and the money is a part of it. But like I said, we pay good wages, so,
Definitely, yeah.
You need an ambitious owner as well,
Well, yeah. I mean, the manager you've got in at the minute, I said on the our show before, it has taken him, a bit of time. But then suddenly when you won your first game, the results are gradually coming in. Let's take, for instance, your last game. You would have thought Palace would have beat Aston Villa 5-0. You know what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? So he's actually changed that team around. You've got yourself there a good manager, and I mean, big respect to Palace and and your fans as well. It's like I said, if you can keep those players and bring some more players in with that manager, I can see Palace doing something next season. If you keep those players.
Yeah, and Glasner said in an interview as well. He said, and I love this. He said, this isn't his exact quote, you know what I mean? But he said, I don't care who we're playing. I don't care if we're playing Burnley or Man City. I want to win every game because that's the point in competitive sport. Otherwise, what's the point in me being a manager? What's the point in, watching your club taking part in any way, shape or form? So, and I do think he believes that. I don't think that's just PR. So is that going to inspire players to stay though? It would, because it would me.
Yeah.
Because I'd want to ride it out and see how far we can go. But again, who knows though? We might not lose these players, because the media as well, they like to blow everything out of proportion to sell newspapers and stories. So be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, Southgate to see that next season when he's the manager of Man United. So
no, he's not used to this. He's not used to this. You don't know how this happens.
But it is, I know you see about Ten Hag and this and that and the other. All right, you've got to think this is his end of his second season now, right? And he's got you to 3 finals, and he's won 2 out of those 3. And now, have you changed? What I'm trying to say to you is, Fuzzy, you personally, have you changed your mind about Ten Hag, or are you still wanting Man United to get another manager?
Well, I'm sort of going the way of which it's like my stance with like Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out all season has been about that most of those players that have been here as part of the previous projects and have been front and center to the failures of those projects, seeing that they get the axe first. For me, worrying about the manager comes second. He's not the priority here, because this club has shown time and time again is negligent. So when you change the manager, nothing else changes with it. Everything else stays the same, because it's constantly, well, the next manager could get more out of those players, no matter the name. But it never actually really happens. It never comes to pass. It always ends up, ending the same sorry way. For me, it's as long as for me, I'd like to see Ten Hag be given a shot with this Man United team after having a crazy summer transfer window. Like most of those players out, a lot of new players in, and seeing how he tries to change the dynamic. I mean, he spoke again in his post-match comments on pitch side, saying that he wants Man United to play the best football. I think he's acknowledged that the football is not good. He's saying, my football's not that good. Right now, just where we've got to win trophies, that right now here today is the priority. We've achieved that today. Well, that's true. 3 finals and 2 trophy lifts. For me, it's football, the style of football, quality of football, to me, kind of sits second to having or breeding a winning mentality, to instilling a culture where every player understands why they're at this club. And I think where this club has been lost on that for so many years, that if you've got a manager that can win those trophies and the rest of the club are in agreement to that, and every player they sign comes in with, preaching that necessity to need to win at Manchester United, otherwise you'd have failed. I think it's a big chance, a big opportunity to kickstart something at Man United, where you start to go into an era where you succeed consistently, and look at Man City. You have to start winning somewhere. They started occasionally winning a Prem title here and there, and then it started 1 turned into 2, 2 turned into 3. It kept going and going and going. I know it's quite easy for them to do it with how they spend, and they've got the right sort of structure behind closed doors to ensure that it's much more likely that they can achieve that. But at the same time, you still got to do it. And when you start to win, it's about, well, how do you then win it the next year? How do you then win it the next year and the next year and the next year? You're here not just for the good times, but you'll be here for the long time as well. And that's, I think, how Man United need to figure out, how do we get into the habit of, yes, we've done well to win this trophy this season, but what is the setup to ensure that the next season's the same? The season after that's the same. Season after that, it's that same. Thanks to Dan as well. Good to see you again. So yeah, for me, with Ten Hag, if he's given the opportunity to actually have all of those changes made around him and focus on this new project, new style of play, if they start playing different football, then great. Let's see how it does. To see if it warrants winning trophies. If it can win us trophies, then that's the bonus. Well, not the bonus. It's actually, that's the merit. You win the trophies. The football, if it's nice football, then that's the bonus, right? Because you get to enjoy the football. You say, yeah, we're playing sexy football, yeah, but you're also winning trophies. You're doing task priority number 1. You're ticking that big box that needs to be ticked by every club at the start of the season. Are you going to win that trophy? Big tick, yes, we are. Or are you going to at least try? And that's where I sit with this. So,
how much money has he spent since he's come to the club? I don't know. You say you.
Well, he has spent, I'd say, quite a lot of money. For me, where he's spent a lot of money, quite a common theme with managers, and I suppose this sort of factors in the amount of money that has been spent by the club. And even Richard Arnold, an absolute bum banker who should never have been at the football club to begin with, even said in that pub interview, well, £1 billion has been spent on this team, but I look around Carrington, I can't seem to find where it is. So it's not only did he sell his best mate down the river for life with that comment on camera, but then, I mean, it's true. You spend that amount of money, but where is it? It's kind of like Mikel Arteta, if he goes into the summer spending $1 billion, his first $1 billion, and you sit there and say, well, okay, media's talked about progress, but where is the success? Because your FA Cup that Arteta's won, he achieved that having spent 0. It was with previous regime's players. So the more money he spent, the seemingly further away from accumulating success he's gotten, despite accumulating high points tallies in the Premier League. In all the other cup competitions, he's actually just gotten further and further away. So with Man United, it's a similar story. With when you spend lots and lots of money, how is it being spent? Is it
to be honest, spending? I mean, Arsenal hasn't spent enough money because they've got the worst fucking bench on the fucking planet. The only time I've actually seen a good bench from Arsenal against another team was when they was playing Man United. And that is fucking seriously fucking shite. We've got a better bench than you.
This has become about Yeti and what up, everybody? Thanks for having me on, Yeti. Cheers, lads.
Yeah, big up down, man.
I was going to say, it's not about the amount of money, it's the players you buy. You know, how many players? Fabio Vieira, prime example, 35 mil. Get the fuck out. He's a $15 million player. Let's be real.
Useless, man.
Right? I mean,
he owns fucking prisoners' pockets, mate.
He's sort of now the precipice, Yeti, of what's the problem at Arsenal Football Club and recruiting. You know, he is absolutely, the poster child for that, him and Lukonga. But the thing is Fuzz has got a point. I look at United, I don't see a 600 million spent or 550 million. Onana? How much was Onana? My God. He cost you 500 million.
Lukonga. Sorry,
they cost him every single Onana costs him every single game.
I guess my point really is not to single out any player specifically, but I mean, as a collective, as a whole, you look at 700 million, and Anthony's been saying this. We've all been saying it. 700 million for second place again, and no trophies. And it's not the amount; it's the quality, not the quantity, right? If we spend 700 mil on quality, it's not my money. I don't give a damn. But when you start buying players, Havertz, I mean, I guess that's kind of evened itself out. A lot of people are in the mud over that. But, the thing is that when you look at Fabio Vieira, Lukonga, et cetera, you're sort of like, okay, well, I mean, that's $70 million out right there. 70 million pounds right there.
Sorry, how much was Lukonga? How much was he?
I think around 30.
Oh, Lukonga, no, he was
25.
He was 16 million.
16 mil. But
he was.
It proves my point.
He was like a buy one get one free.
But with Lukonga, we got a $16 million player, right? When you spend 16 mil, what do you expect? Again, it's that philosophy that Arsenal has of, we'll spend less money and we'll unearth a gem like we did Henry. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened at all. Right? What happened? Theo Walcott was supposed to be the one. Well, what happened to him? He kind of fell off the face of the earth, right, Anthony? I mean, It's just like we have this ethos that if we spend less money, we'll get the quality, and that quality will turn into another Henry, regardless if it's midfield, defensive, whatever. Right? We'll turn that player into a gem.
Since when's Arteta turn anybody into anything?
Fabregas, maybe, was the last one. Name a player, Anthony or Yeti or whoever of Arsenal, that you can think was a younger player that really turned into world class, that we really turned into world class. Cesc Fabregas is the only one I can really think of, but beyond the Henry, past the Henry era, into 2008 and 2010 era.
Iwobi.
Go ahead, bro. See? I mean, Cesc is the only one I can think that Wenger really brought up.
You're becoming a bum club, mate, at the end of the day. You're becoming a bum club.
Sambi Lukonga was
lucky enough to stay in the top echelons.
He was absolutely terrible at Palace. Sambi Lukonga. He was really bad.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if he's not good enough for Palace, he's sure. Our level is he's not good enough for Arsenal.
Rob Holding has been absolutely shocking as well. He played one game in the FA Cup and got taken off. He got taken off because he started getting bollocked by Nathaniel Klein and Mark Gay for slowing the play down.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can absolutely believe that. And he wasn't that really great at Arsenal, to be honest with you. He was a £2 million buy from Bolton Wanderers, and he was just crap all round. But I read on there, and I mean, you look at our centre back, Saliba. That was a top quality buy from Unai Emery. Do you know what I mean? He's still in the team. Mikel loves him. He thinks he's great. So I mean, fair play to him. Martinelli, he bought in Martinelli as well. But he's been on and off, Martinelli.
Right,
don't get me wrong. I don't want to see him go, but it's like what Jez said. And I totally agree with what Jez has said. It's like he's lost a yard of pace. His all-round performance has dipped. But listen, I mean, can we see him going? Martinelli? Can we see Jesus going? You know,
yeah, I can see Jesus going. Well, here's Anthony. Here's my plea on Martinelli: is that the kid's still only 22 years old, right? 22, 23. If we bin Reece James, right? If we do bright enough winger, let's say we bring in Neto and he plays on the left instead of the right, or we bring in Rafael Leao, which I don't think is going to happen. I think he's going to Saudi Arabia. But if we brought in another left winger, we bin Nelson. I don't mind Martinelli as the bench player because the drop off, Anthony, isn't as deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have a good left winger, yeah, you know what I mean. If you have a top left winger and he goes out in the 70th minute, it's 1-1 against United, I have no problem bringing Martinelli on. But I have a huge problem bringing Reece Nelson on. There's a difference. And that's why I don't want to bin him. Is because we cannot let the depth of, as you know, we can't let the drop-off of talent from the first 11 to the bench be as deep. Reece Nelson's down here, Martinelli's up here, right? That's just the way I view it. You know, we need some reinforcements, but we need another, 3 or 4 top first 11 players as well. You know, so that's my plea for Martinelli. I know Lee Gunners said, sell him. I think, like you said, Jez has probably mentioned it too. I just, I think even Southern Gooner Matt is ready to call it a day on Martinelli. But I don't. I think that if he's a squad player and you're on the bench, that's the role you play. If that takes a season or two, you're still under contract. We still value you. You still have great talent. We know what you can do. But I'm sorry, you're going to have to come on in the 72nd minute.
Yeah.
That's just life of a footballer. And he's got to learn, as a young kid, he's going to have to learn to accept that. But I don't in any way think we should sell him because who else are you going to get to replace him, right? We get a new first teamer in, we sell Martinelli, and then who, right? Then that player's drop-off could be worse than the first 11 player we just bought. And that's the cycle, I think, that we catch ourselves in.
Yeah. I think one of the problems is, though, that if you sell any of these players, you've still got to replace them. And I think it's hard to judge a player until you've got them playing under a truly great manager, because it's hard to know what kind of level they're at. Like I was saying earlier in the chat, there have been so many players that I thought were dusted at Palace. It turns out actually they can play football, just we didn't have a very good manager. So, I mean, I suppose Arsenal finished second. I know it's not a trophy, but that means Arsenal are the second best team in the league. And yet all these players are rubbish. Maybe they're underperforming and Arsenal just need a better manager. Because, I mean, there have been a lot of games I've thought where, as a unit, Arsenal haven't been very good. But it's been those individual bits of quality that have got Arsenal over the line. Games like that Luton game, I can think of others off the top of my head as well. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? Like, do you want to just tear up the whole squad and get a new manager in and so on? It's
manager. I don't want to tear up the squad. I think a top manager could get a tune out of these players easily.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and I would strip Odegaard of the captaincy and I'd give it to Declan Rice. I would make those changes this summer.
Exactly. I mean, you look at the squad that we got now. I mean, Arsenal's capable of winning the Carabao Cup. We're capable of winning the FA Cup. I don't like the Community Shield, but we can win that. Quarterfinals of Champions League, yeah, great. I feel if we had if we didn't get rid of Unai Emery, he would have won us that Premier League last season and this season. He would have won us 2 Premier Leagues by now. That's a fact. I mean, look at what he's doing at Aston Villa. Right. They were 17th last season when he took them over. He got them into Europe. Now he's got them into a Champions League. Personally, we need a 20-goal striker.
Yep.
Yet we said it on it because he takes the mick out of me as from today. I've always said I wanted Ollie Watkins. That's a fact. I do want Ollie Watkins. But are we going to get him? Because
he's before.
He's playing no. He's playing.
You never said it before.
No. Come on Anthony's summer Christmas list.
You keep giving this fucking bullshit.
But here's the thing,
Anthony. You said it before. You never said it before.
I know Watkins is good, but is he? I think they want around 90 million for him.
No, Villa slapped a £75 million
pay it.
Don't
fucking pay it. If you're serious about fucking doing what you're gonna do, pay the fucking money.
Osimhen, I want Osimhen, but I get flack for that.
You want Seaman?
No, I mean, he's not a good player. I just went Ollie Watkins because he's Premier League proven.
Right.
But now he's playing Champions League football in Aston Villa, is he going to want to leave? But then again, if he's going to be fighting it out with Kai Havertz up front, I don't think. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Kai Havertz, is the quality what we need. I don't think he is, but he's progressed, and he's done really well for us. I mean, he scored 14 league goals,
right?
So in all fairness, he's not bad for a backup, or you could rotate him with Ollie Watkins. You could play each striker in certain games. You know what I mean?
It's similar to the Martinelli scenario, right? You don't want the drop off to be Jesus to Nketiah. I want the drop off from Watkins to Havertz. I don't mind that drop off in talent and quality.
Yeah, no, that's right, because that's personally what I want. I mean,
guys, I apologise, but I am flatlining. I am major flatlining.
It's almost midnight.
Patrick, love to have you on the show, mate. So if you want to call your podcast out or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I don't have a YouTube channel or anything like that, but I will have one soon. But I do have a podcast. It's called Irish History Walks. Again, you can just type that into Spotify. It'll come up, and it's on Amazon Music as well and everything. So, yeah, I didn't come on here to sell that, though. I'm promising.
No, mate.
I didn't, honestly. I've been watching you for years, all of you, so.
Yeah. Anthony, if you want to call your shit out. I want to be on my tractor. I want to be on my tractor. Yeah, go for it, mate.
All right then. Well, I'm on my tractor and I'm going to drive it off. Listen, you see me Wednesday nights on.
I always wanted Ollie Watkins.
Let the man land, Yeti, for fuck's sake. To harass your guests today.
Yeah, you can see me on Early Doors Football TV on Wednesday nights where we do the good, the bad, and the ugly with this guy down here as well, all lot of us. And also we're on the Sunday night takeaway as well. From time to time, you can see me on Jez's channel, Arsenal History and more. And also you can see me on Yeti's channel as well. And make sure you click and subscribe to everyone's channel here. Oregon Gooder, Dal, you do a gaming show as well. So people subscribe to that. And people get on Spotify and this channel. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Now,
thanks. Good seeing you again, Yeti, after our hour break from Jez's show. Nice to meet you, Patrick. Is it? Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, good guy.
Nice to meet you, man. Awesome, and keep up the hard work and everything. I've been watching you as well.
Thank you very much. And Anthony, you're my hero. And Buzz, you know what I gotta say to you.
You lucky bastard.
Lucky prick.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot you on the FA Cup.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Buzz. Here's when the FA Cup. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
Shout out, Buzz. Shout out the chat. I see you, David, Joanne, Tony, Neary. Always. AFC always. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Get well soon. And thanks for having me on again, Yeti. Cheers. Got the Guinness.
Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime. Fuzzy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, big ups to everybody. Big ups to LongHaired Yeti. Thank you for the invitation onto the show and also for hosting or showing my stream on the pub for a little while. I massively appreciate that. It's a really kind gesture for you to do. So thank you very much for that. Also, big ups to everybody in the chat. Patrick, first time meeting you. It's been
nice
a pleasure.
To meet you as well, my friend.
Of course, this prick up here. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. Tractor driving prick. But yeah, we all love him. And also, Dal, once again, for the second time this evening, it's always a pleasure to be on stream with you. And hopefully to many, many more times as well, along with everybody else on this panel. And everybody else out there in the communities. And big ups to everybody in the chat as well. Always a pleasure to see everybody. But yeah, we'll catch me next on Sunday Night Takeaway Show, I believe, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Early Doors Football TV. I'll also be streaming from my channel as well.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing the Leeds United, the Southampton Championship playoffs tomorrow. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm about dead. I'm about fucking dead. I'm not even lying. So,
refresh my
big
memory.
up
Who
to Patrick for jumping on and, getting your cam on that lot. And that is what I want from my community, where you can just come on. If you're a dickhead, you'll get fucking chucked out. But if you're a decent person like you are, then you'll get to stay. So yeah, big up everybody, and one more thing, Dally's a prick, Anthony's a prick, Patrick's a prick, and also fucking Opfuzz is a prick.
Who are the? I got a quick question before we go. So it's who are the other two teams?
You don't get to make questions.
I got a question. I got on your show now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Who are the two other teams for promotion?
Who are the what?
Say it's Southampton and Leeds.
Right, so Leicester's gone up, Ipswich has gone up.
I think Leeds are going to come up, but I do think Southampton's pretty good, to be fair.
My colleague today is a Southampton supporter is going up to Wembley
Ipswich, Leicester, and who else? And Leeds, possibly. Ipswich,
Leicester. Yeah, it's out of Southampton and Leeds for the playoff final. So I'm going to go Southampton.
I think I got to go Leeds. Isn't there more of a history of Leeds and the Prem?
But Dal, I've got a question for you, mate.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Callum Hudson-Odoi being signed to other teams?
I think you should keep him at all
costs. It doesn't matter what you think.
I knew that was coming.
I have to say, I'm glad Ipswich went up.
Yeah.
Buzz knew what was coming.
Yeah. Straight away.
Because Ipswich were a massive club once upon a time, weren't they? So it's good to see them back again after a while.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Anybody that gets back in the first division that was in there before is always a massive thing, in my opinion.
Is Ipswich have tractors?
Ipswich, yeah, they're called the Tractor Boys, yeah. There's nothing. I don't live nowhere near Ipswich, though. Ipswich is way up north to me, so yeah, that's their nickname. But in all fairness, the Ipswich manager, he's been linked to the Manchester United job.
Yeah, I've heard that.
If Sineg is sacked.
Never heard of it.
To me, that didn't make sense.
He's already been on the Man United coaching staff with Ollie at the wheel. You don't need to be manager of the club now.
I thought Cooper was linked as well. Because apparently he's been sacked.
Oh, Cooper. He hasn't been sacked, has he?
Apparently he's been sacked. So apparently he's on the radar as well. Anyway, guys, keep it real. Keep it yay, man.
And thanks for having me, Yeti. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime.
Cheers, fellas.
Catch you later, guys. I can't click the fucking